The reason I love living at the Covington is because it's so, for one, just beautiful. I love the appearance of it, and I like the peacefulness of it and the safety of it. That means a lot for me in the environment for me. The first time I went to the Covington apartment was about 10 years ago. And I went there because the proximity was great near to my family, to my mother, who's now a widow, and allowed me to have a chance to get back and forth to see her. But when I went there, what was so wonderful, because it was kind of a transition, helped my mom, her life transition, they were so wonderful. They were just helpful. It was easy. It felt like home. It felt like anything you need, we're willing to help you with that. And I just liked the way that they were so extending when I'm going kind of through a transition in my mom's life, which impacts me, and I didn't need the trauma of just the abrasiveness of a salesperson trying to get me in an apartment, but they worked with me and looked at what were the amenities and what did I really need, especially because I came with my daughter as a single parent. Living at the Covington compares to other places, I think I kind of put them as number one. And here's why. Because I like the way that the staff and the management team works with you. They, like I said, they're very accommodating. While staff may move around because I know they grow as they go to different properties, each person I get is always even a step above the person before. So there's always that desire to make sure that your needs are being met. I would refer the property to a friend, and here's why. Because I've noticed the ones that I've seen are all on that same caliber of the way they take care of the property. They're constantly beautifying it. I've noticed the update with the different apartments when you move in or move out, or when you're signing another lease. They always come in and can make some improvements or take care of your carpet or do some repairs. And I've noticed that the workout rooms, I love to work out, and I noticed the workout rooms are kept up to standard. And so I would definitely refer a friend, because I think that there's consistency throughout Carmel property. It's not like at just one location they care about. They seem to care about all their locations and treat it in that same vein and that same respect to all. So with that, it would make me feel good, because if I refer someone, my name is on it, they're taking it for worth, and your name and your, credibility is all you have. So yeah, I wouldn't have any problem referring someone. I feel good about it. I like the manager at the apartment complex and where I'm at the Covington. And when she asked me, I thought, what a compliment for her to think of me that highly. And I've always appreciated her, and I see her integrity and how she carries herself. And so when she invited me to do so, I said, you know what? I feel good about what they've been able to help me work through at the Covington. Different situations, different repairs, different requests, always done to satisfaction. I thought, you know what? I want people to know how I feel about it. And so maybe that same experience would be the same for someone else. So it was really kind of an honor to say, I'd be glad to speak on your behalf, because you've done right by me. What I find when they deal with adversity very well. I had, as course, in an apartment complex, someone that was above me, that was a group of kids that had moved in, and they really should have moved to a dormitory room. So it's probably their first apartment living, and they were having a blast, but it was like uncomfortable when I'm a family, and I'm a single parent. I have my daughter and my grandson living with me, and I did not want him waking up. So I would knock on their door and not get responses. Then I called the security, and they were so responsive. They came right away. They knock on the door and let you know, and then they let them know that that's inappropriate. There is rules and regulations here. We need you to abide by it. And so that was probably my biggest obstacle, if you will, overall. The other ones are normal maintenance that are taken care of. But I thought they handled that very well, because I would never renew my lease. If there had been kind of a negative reaction, or like, well, just deal with it, we don't talk with them, it's the way it is, then I would have moved on, because you're impacting my quality of life. And I'd go somewhere else and rent. But they handled it so well, and I never had any more issue after a few tries of that I was very pleased with the way they problem solved that. I'm just so impressed with the staff. It's really unusual when you walk into an apartment complex and you like everybody. And everybody's accommodating. I think they've done a good job in cross-training. So it seems like more than one person knows what to do to handle a situation. You're not waiting until a certain person comes back. And I think that is very important. So I've been very impressed with just the knowledge of the staff, the friendliness of it, the professionalism of everybody who's been there. Even if they've moved around, they all seem to be the same caliber. So I really want to give kudos to that staff, because that's made, and the management there, the leadership there, because that's made a difference in my experience. Because it's, that first appearance, when you're greeted by someone, can make a difference. And they're always smiling and willing to work with you. And they're not frowning and grumbly like you came before we're getting ready to close. They still treat you as if, we just got here the beginning of the day. So I want to make sure I just, mention the staff has been awesome.